Good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Blaine from Insurance Agency Marketing. I want to thank all of you for taking the time out of your busy days to join us. I am really excited about this webinar today. This is my favorite accumulation product that we have on a 10-year chassis here at IAMS, and I think you will all be very impressed by the way this product performs. We have some housekeeping items we have to go through. First one is, if I can get our IAMS Business Builders. So this is our referred producer program, which will give you $50 when you refer an agent and they contract with IAMS. Then when that referral does their first piece of business, you will receive $100. Then going forward, we will pay you 20 basis points on all of their business written. This isn't a hierarchy. You're not responsible for them. It's just our way of thanking you for referring an agent. Just as your business is built on referrals, so is ours. And then this does mention our marketing reimbursement program, which is a great program that we do have here at IAMS to help you cover the cost of doing business. We put $100 in your marketing reimbursement account for every $100,000 of premium that you do submit at IAMS. New producer builders. So this is within your first 180 days of contracting with IAMS or 6 months. As you can see, for 2020, we have put in some additional tiers. We have a $100,000 tier, which will give you a postcard mailing, an iPad, $750 cash, or pre-formatted emails, a marketing analysis, and a corporate identity package. If you're looking to kind of brand your business, that is a great value. The $250,000 level gives you a 3,000 piece mailing, $2,000 in your marketing reimbursement account, $1,500 Visa gift card, and the $500,000 gets you the options listed below. You can choose 2 seminar coaching options, a Ritz-Carlton package for you and a guest anywhere in the United States, a billboard ad, a seminar presentation, an email distro, and a full website or a website overhaul if you have an existing one. $750,000 tier gets you Retirement Boss Radio and includes the setup costs and 8 recorded shows, 2 Social Security seminars, $4,500 lead credit, or a social media campaign. And then the $1 million tier gets you preset appointments, core story brand builder published in a major news outlet like ABC or Fox. So as you can see, there are lots of giveaways when you first contract with us. The next thing we're going to go over is IAMS back office support. This is the key to IAMS and what IAMS was built on. We are your back office. We're going to take you every step of the way from submission to commission. We are going to help you with all of your case design, get you out all your product training links, your applications, your brochures, get you up to speed on the product, so that you can make a very knowledgeable presentation to your client. Then once you submit the piece of business, we're going to scrub it, make sure it's in good order, submit it to the carrier, follow up on it every 3 business days to ensure that you are paid in a timely manner. We have great business building tools and resources, both within IAMS and on our website. You can do life and annuity quotes on our websites. You can access forms. And then we have top sales expertise and coaching, and we do have paperless contracting. Creative marketing solutions. This is where IAMS has really improved in our service going into 2020. We are implementing a lot of marketing solutions for agents. We have turnkey solutions that are customized and ready to send out professionally written handouts, flyers, newsletters, and postcards. We have agency solutions. If you're starting a new agency, we have logo design, business card design, brochures, stationery and advertising, and then digital solutions to get you out there in that social media market. We can design a website for you. We can implement marketing strategies. We can implement email marketing campaigns, online newsletters, and social media consulting. This next slide discusses our website, which is available to you 24/7. It has excellent sales tools if you go under that support tab that you can see right there, we do have our sales resource library, which is a wealth of information. If you go under products and go to life, you can run term quotes. You can access your forms on here. You can access industry links, our current annuity newsletter, an annuity grid, and a long-term care product grid. If you ever need any assistance with the website and where to find stuff, don't ever hesitate to give me a call. Retirement Analyzer software is something that you can have a free trial of. As you can see, it just kind of analyzes your client's assets and then shows where they're lacking in care coverage and where they have enough coverage or possibly too much. Maybe they've got too much money in annuities or too much money in life insurance that needs to be rolled into annuity, etc. And then it gives you a very nice presentation for your client that looks very professional. Marcus Solar in our office is the one who handles the Retirement Analyzer software. So if you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to give him a call. IAMS Wealth Management brings us to the first poll question. Would you like more information on IAMS Wealth? IAMS Wealth requires a Series 65 license. It is a way to help you as an agent increase your revenue. Let's say you have a case where your client, I just had this happen a couple weeks ago, your client has $800,000, but because of suitability, the annuity is only going to take $400,000. Well, if you don't have somewhere else to put that $400,000, unfortunately, you're going to lose it to someone in the securities world because of suitability guidelines, it just can't go into an annuity. So this gives you another avenue to increase your revenue. And I am going to close out this poll. Next slide we have is on our upcoming all expense paid Life and Annuity Academy. This is going to be hosted May 6th through the 8th at Athene's home office in Des Moines, Iowa. It is an excellent opportunity for agents active in the life and annuity markets looking for ways to increase their sales. If you have any questions about our Life and Annuity Academy, do not hesitate to let me know. And I am going to launch another poll question. If I can get it to come up. Okay. Well, if you would like more information, I'll follow up with all of you after the end of this webinar. If you would like more information on the Academy, you just let me know and I will get you out the flyer on it. And then this is our Athene trip to the Montage in Los Cabos. The qualification period was July 1st, 2019. It runs through June 30th of 2020. There's 3.5 million points that you do have to have in order to be eligible, but this is a fabulous resort that you would extremely enjoy. And then the next slide is our IAMS Marketing Summit, which we're going to host March 7th through the 11th of 2021. It requires 3.5 million trip points as well. Qualification July 1st of 2019 through December 31st of 2020. This is a exclusive resort in Puerto Vallarta. If you Google it, which I have done, it is incredible. So we do have that available for agents who receive 3.5 million points. And then the next trip that we have is for the Elite Summit. It does require 8.5 million points. We would like all of you to hit that. But for those that do, we do have this exclusive trip to Punta Mita. And it is March 11th through the 14th. So it follows the first trip. Same qualification period, just the qualification requires 8.5 million trip credits. And with that, I am going to hand it over to Dustin Carlson. He's going to be joining us. He's with F&G. He is going to go over the Power Accumulator Plus.
Yep, I'm here. There we go. Are you there we go.
You
Show
should
my
have
screen.
it.
Yep. All right. So let's get into presentation mode here. Can you see that pretty clearly?
Yep, we're good.
Awesome. Okay. Well, hey, thanks for the introduction, Nicole. It's great to have everybody on the line here. I promise I'm only going to try to bring value to you since you are watching a webinar and not selling annuities and life insurance. So I'll get right into it. But first, let me say IAMS has been an amazing partner, especially over the last year or two. Seen a big time uptick in their production with us, and just really appreciate everything that they do for their advisors on board. I mean, what an incredible IMO that you're working with here. But you know, a little agenda for us. You know, why F&G? Why now? Many of you may have been riding with us in years past. You know, when we were B++, maybe gave us a little break, but now that we're A- for the last couple of years, I think you know, maybe a reintroduction for you or an introduction to those new in the business. Also, we'll go over a product overview. I'll cover our top accumulation product, and then also we'll cover a few sales concepts. So why F&G and why now? You know, we don't have the final numbers for 2019, but we were well over $3 billion, and I think that's going to keep us at number 4. I don't think we'll sneak into the top 3, but it's possible. But we're the number 4 ranked carrier in the industry. So significant player. We're strong as far as our rating goes, A-. And we're doing everything we can to get to the A, so you should see that in short order. And then lastly, strategic. This goes a little bit to our partnership with the field. You know, a lot of products you see on our shelves have been developed by our IMO partners and advisor feedback and things like that. So we really appreciate all the input we get from the field and take it very, very seriously. The other part of strategic here that I'll mention is our ownership group. Many of you, and I still get this question somewhat on a weekly basis, you know, are we owned by a Chinese firm? I know that that was in play at one point, but that deal luckily did not go through. We are a publicly traded company on the NYSE. 20% of our ownership is private investment through 2 gentlemen from Blackstone, Chin Chu and Bill Foley. You may know those 2 names, but you definitely would know the Blackstone name, world's largest alternative asset manager. They own about 20% of our shares. So we're very fortunate to have them. And I guess what that means to you and your clients is the money that we save on having them do our investments. You know, we're not paying a third party to do it. We're also using the world's largest alternative asset manager's expertise in sourcing the funds that we invest. I think we're pouring that back into our own internal rate of return, back into the product and the rates that we offer, as well as the commission that we are able to offer. I like to start off with agent perks. Kind of keeps your attention for the next 20, 30 minutes. With our perks, we have our Power Producer program and our TRIP, and that's fairly unique in the industry right now. Many companies that you've done business with in the past have had a deferred comp plan, but pulled it away when DOL was kind of rearing its head. I don't know where all that money went that they're saving, but I know that we've kept our program in place, and in fact, we've had it since 2011, made around 30 millionaires in this program so far, and every year it seems like we add another 5 to 10 of those millionaires. So hopefully, you can see the value in a deferred comp plan. Here's a look at ours, kind of a hypothetical example. And what I'd tell you is to reach out to Nicole and the team there at IAMS to really get the lowdown. I'll stay high level here, but typically, we pay out credits on an annual basis. They're between $3,000 and $5,000 depending on company performance. How you earn a credit is have $1.75 million worth of FIA. Now, we also encourage you to use our IUL platform, and you'll get extra credit there for using that. But we'll stick to annuity today. So you need to do at least 1.75 to earn your first credit, and you can continue earning credits after that. So in this example that I show here, I'll focus on qualifying year 1 and 2. In year 1, this advisor earned 1 credit by doing 1.75 million, got themselves $3,750. In year 2, that advisor did the same exact amount of production, $1.75 million. But you see 2 deposits there in year 2. What that is a persistency credit. So business from the previous year, qualifying year 1, stayed on the books. It wasn't canceled, surrendered, whatever it may be. So we're going to give you credit for that the next year. But in the example, all the way through the 6-year vesting period, you can see that we're depositing that persistency credit every single year. So that business you wrote in year 1, you're getting paid every single year through year 6. And, if we could have an example showing year 10, as long as that business stayed on the books, we pay you that for 10 years. So you can see how that can steamroll very, very quickly. And in fact, this advisor doing the bare minimum with us would have an account worth $80,000 at the end of 6 years.
And that's just free money for you guys.
Yeah, great point, Nicole. It's above and beyond our normal commission, which is already highly competitive.
Hi. Yeah.
So, I've put Nicole's email address here on this slide. What this is a screenshot of an Excel calculator where if you reach out to Nicole, she can get you this spreadsheet. And what you'll do is you'll input annual annuity sales. This advisor is doing $3.5 million, which is 2 credits worth. We're giving a 5% account interest rate. What that is we establish the account, the actual deferred comp account at Principal Financial Group. You have roughly 20 ETFs to try to make some cash, some added interest in. And then the credit value I've inputted here at $4,000. Now you can manipulate these numbers as you wish, but in this hypothetical example, this advisor doing 2 credits worth a year for 10 years, earning 5% interest at $4,000 credit value. Well, let's take a look at year 6 in the output below. That advisor would have $182,721 in their account, fully vested. But in year 10, if you gave it 4 more years, you'd have over $500,000 in your account.
There's your retirement.
Right. Yeah. So if you have, 5 years left in the business, 6 years, 10 years left in the business, or you're just starting out, what a great way to take care of your own retirement. Because, Nicole, I know most independent advisors out there don't have a 401k with a match or whatever it may be, a traditional pension.
Yep,
so this
they
is
don't.
a great way to go.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal way. You guys need to take advantage of this because there are not many carriers that offer this anymore.
Right. We have our own trip, and last year we were actually at the Four Seasons Punamita. So if you can make that elite trip with IAMS, I highly, highly recommend it. It was an incredible resort. So definitely try to get on that trip. Our trip for 2020 qualifiers is to Costa Rica Four Seasons. And then we just announced our 2020 qualification year trip that'll take place in 2021. That'll be at the Four Seasons on the Big Island of Hawaii. So beautiful, beautiful place. Obviously, what it takes for you to get there is at least 4 million of annuity production, and then also be ranked in our top 100 advisors. So, in 2019 production, our 100th advisor was right at around $4 million. So, shouldn't be a problem if you hit that $4 million number, but we're seeing a lot of premium come in from advisors that never really wrote us before, because we have the top accumulation product in the industry. So that 4.0 number may go up here. Here's a look at our entire portfolio. I wanted to put this out there because I feel like we're the Swiss Army knife of carriers. Prior to my time here at F&G, I used to work at one of the top IMOs in the country here in Des Moines. And, I had 30 carriers, 300 products at least that I had, at least in my tool belt. And I always reached out to F&G as, one of my top 2 or 3 carriers because they had something for everyone. Great accumulation, performance-driven income, so that stacking type credit. But, our flagship product for years has been Safe Income Plus, top guaranteed income in the industry. So definitely reach out to Nicole on that. I think she's got an upcoming webinar on our income riders. Today, we're going to focus on that product in purple, the Accumulator Plus 7 and 10, to kind of tease our income products and why they're different and most of the time better than our carrier competitors. If you were comparing apples to apples and it came down to one feature, this is where we win every single time, is our impairment doubler. It's 206 ADL based. You don't have to be confined to a nursing home to get access to it, which is a great value add for you as an advisor. Client can stay in their own home, which, big time benefit for those customers. We're not limiting the payout at 5 years. It's available in California, and I don't know of another carrier that has a true income doubler in the state of California. So
there isn't one.
Yeah.
And on that payout, guys, you are looking at literally like $60 to $100 a year difference. So and that's going to be with a confinement waiver where they have to be confined to a skilled care facility. Most clients want that 206 ADL benefit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what client truly wants to have to go to a nursing home? If this money, this double the income, can help pay for that nurse to come into their house to help them do those 206 ADLs they can't perform. I mean, every time your client's going to say, yes, I want that benefit.
And another very strong selling point to your income annuity.
Right. And maybe some carriers have the 206 ADL doubler. I'm thinking of one in my head that is a direct competitor, but they limit their payout to 5 years.
Yep.
All we say is, as long as there's cash value in the contract, we'll pay double the income.
Yep. And that's exclusive too. Just FYI, everybody.
So the product I'll talk about today is the Accumulator Plus series. This is the reason that we've seen our premium just go through the roof. We've kept our rates consistent since June. We haven't changed our rates since then, and in large part it's due to our Barclays index. But here is the product overview. There's a 7 and 10 year chassis. A very, very simple story to explain. There's no fee in it at all. We're not applying a bonus either. So, maybe sometimes you write bonus products. Bonus products are great. It'll get rid of a surrender potentially for a client to kind of true them back up. But eventually the insurance company, will apply a bonus but take it away from the long-term growth via caps or par rates or whatever. we wanted to create the simplest story out there with the most upside potential, in my opinion. And how we've done that is we had the proprietary index deal of the year in 2017 with the Barclays Trailblazer Sectors 5. So this is completely uncapped growth with no spread, 130% in the 7, 140% participation in the 10. I'll show you a sample illustration here in just a moment. But one other differentiator for us that when I was working at that other IMO, my F&G rep never told me about this. I would have loved to have known this because it's a big time differentiator for advisors out there. The liquidity waivers. Normally that's not a hot spot, right? You have your terminal illness and your nursing home, but we also offer a home health care waiver. This is 206 ADL based, so if your client can't perform 206 activities of daily living, we will give them full accumulation value with no MVA or surrender charges. And that's after the first year in the contract. So another value add to you sitting across the table from your client to say, Mr. and Mrs. Client, yes, this is a buy and hold strategy as an FIA, but if you need access to cash to help you stay in your own home, and you want to take all that accumulation value you've earned in this FIA, you can do that. I think that's very, very big for you as an advisor. This is also RMD friendly. We'll allow RMDs in this product first year, no issues there. So if you're looking for maximum accumulation, it's an easy story to tell, and the best story as far as overall return in 2019, this is the product for you and the client. Sample illustration. It's a pretty versatile product. You can use it for income in the sense that if you use the 10% penalty-free withdrawal feature, your withdrawal rate is 4%, let's say. You're going to be able to keep this account afloat. RMDs show really well on our illustration, but I'm not taking any withdrawals in this particular illustration. So $100,000 deposit on a 60-year-old here. After year 10, doubled the money. After year 20, doubled it again. So if you have a legacy play or somebody that is 50 years old, wants a safe place before the market, whenever that happens to be, takes another fall, what a great way to accumulate assets and protect it. Here's our illustrated rate. Now, Saturday, we were actually putting in 2019 numbers into our illustration software, and I can tell you in the accumulator that 7.48 will actually be 9.47. So if you show clients an illustrated rate of 9.47, or that's how you typically show product, we're going to have a high rate for you. A lot of times, advisors sell on the worst performing 10, and that's right there in the middle at 6.36 per year. Not too shabby when you take a look at 6.36. What client wouldn't want that? And that's how the Barclays has performed over its worst 10-year period. And again, going back to the 9.47 that we'll show on Saturday, I think if a client has been in the market and they're hesitant to move to an FIA, there's a lot of clients out there that want to keep riding this bull run. They have a short memory. They forget about 2007, 2008, 2009. That's a way for you to show them a high rate of return and downside protection. So keep that in mind with that new higher rate. So 3 things to keep in mind. You have the Barclays uncapped growth, which is a 5% vol control, creating that reasonable and consistent return. They tell us they're going to hit 4 to 7% a year. And so far on performance, we've had this for roughly 4 years now. They have delivered on that, and the renewal integrity has also been there. On our policies, we've, at least the ones that I've seen, we've renewed at, or sometimes in some cases even better than we issued with. And I don't know of another carrier out there that's really able to say that. Don't forget about the liquidity waiver. And of course, in these volatile times, if you've been watching the VIX lately, the market is very volatile. So protect some of those assets from downside. Some of my top advisors are utilizing this strategy. Our Barclays index is a 2-year index. So many clients still have an issue with not seeing a return in the first year. This is a way to kind of combat that train of thought. Initially, when you establish the account, split the money, 50% in the annual strategy, as illustrated by the green bucket here, 50% in the purple bucket, which is the Barclays 2-year. And then at the first anniversary, reallocate that annual strategy to a second Barclays bucket. So as you can see in my rudimentary illustration here, it kind of stair steps. So year 1, you're going to have a return in the annual strategy. Year 2, you're going to have a Barclays return. Year 3, you'll have a Barclays return, and so on. Thus giving the client what they're asking for in a return in the first year, but also that highest potential gain, which would be in the Barclays index. Anything to add there, Nicole?
Yes. So we are always more than happy here at IAMS to run quotes for you. And I think when you're sitting down with Mr. Client and you say, okay, Mr. Client, I understand that you're concerned about dumping something in that's not going to credit for 2 years. Here's an illustration of we're going to utilize an annual strategy, and then we're going to utilize the Barclays Trailblazer 2-year. And you show them that illustration. Then you break out the 2-year Barclay 100% Trailblazer allocation, and their money doubles over the 10-year term, which it does. It's not going to be a real hard sell if you point out all of the other nuances of the products, the home health care rider, the fact that it's RMD friendly, everything that this product offers. Now, if they're not comfortable with it, they're not, but definitely always ask for a 2-year illustration, because the client is just going to thank you at the end, and you're going to get to rewrite that business at the end of that 10-year term.
Yeah, one other thing, Nicole, and I appreciate the insight there. I forgot to mention that the participation rate is 130 and 140% respectively. Our minimum par rate contractually is 100%. So I feel like as an advisor, if this is the first time or will be your first time writing an F&G annuity with the Barclays on it, you won't have the proverbial egg on your face when you open up that statement and have to show your client, the performance and the renewal, because the renewal integrity is there, and so far the performance has been there. So just keep that in mind. 100% participation is contractual minimum. So to round out this presentation, I wanted to give you a couple quick ideas and sales ideas, and they're oldies but goodies. And a lot of times advisors have been getting into the weeds. I hear this on a weekly basis. I lost that sale because I just got too in depth with it. I mean, obviously you want to explain everything to the client, but sometimes, you can stumble over yourself. So, a couple ideas that I have. Yeah. Well, and it's sometimes, clients pay attention to the media a little too much, and there's bad connotations by some people out there about annuities. So what I decided to do was keep it basic and teach you 2 ways to sell an annuity without even, or at least give you the concept, give the client the concept of what an annuity is and does without even mentioning the word. And I love this example. This is one where you maybe have a whiteboard or a piece of paper and you write down, maybe the client has 500,000, put 500,000 in that bucket, and then have them draw 3 different arrows going up, level, and down. And then if they had to choose one way to eliminate the way that their money could go in retirement or prior to retirement, ask them to put an X over that arrow. And 10 times out of 10, it's going to be that downward arrow. So right there is the concept of an annuity, right? I mean, who wouldn't want their money to go up, or in the down markets, stay level? The last one, and this is actually a piece that we have. Of course, it's more doctored up. You can put your own information in there because it's an editable PDF. So if you want to put your contact information in there, leave it with the client to drive your point home, you can certainly do so. But this is Not even mentioning the upside of a fixed index annuity. This is talking about market loss. So those clients that had, including myself, money in their 401k in 2008, 2009, 80% of 401ks lost 37% of their value because they're exposed to the market back then. So what does that take in those clients to get back to even? Many clients may not even be back to even. They think, oh man, my portfolio has been screaming through this bull run, but are they even back to level? So what I put in front of the client is, okay, not even talking about a gain. Let's talk about what a loss would do to your portfolio. 35% loss, follow that green line up. That's a 53.8% gain they would need just to get back to even. So if there's any advisors on the line that know where to get 53.8% right now, I'll put my contact information here at the end, and you can
Email
hook
that
me
to
up.
me too.
Right. There's Nicole's email right there.
Yep. Go ahead. You can even call me here.
Yeah, because I'm going to retire. But
This
no,
this
seriously, this is a great way to get the point across of what an indexed annuity does. Because if they're anywhere near retirement and they're mostly exposed to the market, why not take some of those chips off the table there that you're gambling with, secure them. You don't even need the full AUM portfolio. Obviously IAMS can help you even on the AUM side, but let's secure some of those assets that are exposed to the market and help those clients time their retirement a little bit better.
because you guys, everybody has heard on the news that at some point the market is going to correct themselves. You have people out there who are uneasy about how saturated they are in the market. Pieces like this, a floor of zero, the ability to access their money free withdrawals, etc. All of these are ways to push annuity sales. And if you want more ideas, you can definitely reach out to me, or I'll follow up with you after the webinar. But you do an annual client review, you see how saturated a client is, you show them they can double their money in 10 years with this product. And if they're 59 and a half, they can do an in-service non-hardship. So there's money out there to be had. You just have to go get it. And with these kind of pieces, you stand a much better chance.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nicole. So really, that is my presentation right there. I just, again, really appreciate your time, Nicole, all the advisors on the phone. It looks like we have a ton of advisors on this call. So
We
great
do.
job. Yeah, great job bringing everybody here. And we do not take it lightly that you're taking time away from your practice to listen to what we have to say. So if there's a chance that we can earn your business, reach out to Nicole, get your illustrations, get your product guide, do what you need to do there, and we'll be here for you. So thanks again, Nicole. I'll
Thanks,
pass it back
Justin.
to you.
Thank you. And I would like to thank all of you again for taking time out of your busy day. Any F&G information you might want, I will be happy to get out to you. These products, whether they're accumulation or income products, are at the top of the industry right now. I'd be happy to go over them with you. I will follow up with each of you after the webinar, but don't hesitate to call me either with any questions. Appreciate your time and hope you have a great day.